Hello, Graveyard Talkers, and welcome to another adventure of Graveyard Talk. And I'm your host, Randy. With me today is Leanne, sitting over where nobody can see her. Today we're at Ash Township Cemetery. Was here before. This was a cemetery that the spirit started off talking nice to us and then ended up talking mean to us. Hurt my feelings. I got a little cheat sheet here. Hopefully we can talk to the spirit of Barbara Ann Baker. Barbara Ann Baker was 7 years old. We're not far from here, somewhere on Telegraph Road, which is a busy street that runs up and down right in front of the cemetery. She ran out in front of a car and was killed. Parents had her buried here, and they are buried in California. And of course, last time we were here, somebody said that they lived behind Kmart's. Kmart's probably was about 6 miles from here. Not any longer. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start the session. So if any of the speakers would like to say hi, we're here to listen to you, what you have to say, what you might not want to say. So let's see how things go today. My name's Randy and Leanne's here. So if you got something you'd like to say to either one of us, now's the time to, I'll turn the spirit box on, and now's the time to talk to us. Okay, well, the first thing I heard out of that was May 8th. So May 8th, that would either be somebody's birthday or somebody's death date. Who said May 8th, and can you tell us whether it's your birthday or your death date? Uncle. Heard uncle. Leanne, did you hear something?
Death.
Death. Leanne said she heard death. We'll have to listen to that. So if it was a death date, can you give us your first name? I heard I'm open. Are you hearing more over there than I am? I'm not.
I'm here now.
I'm here now. Alrighty, and we did hear somebody say that they were here. Who is here wanting to talk to us? Heard Chuck?
Heard Chuck or Jack?
Yeah, Chuck or Jack. Chuck or Jack? Where are you? Are you here buried here with us? Where are you at? What'd you hear?
I just heard yep.
All right, Chuck or Jack? Chuck or Jack? Chuck or Jack, you said you were here. Where are you buried at? Are you near us? Do you want to guide us to where you're buried? I heard move into the woods. So I can't move into the woods, Jack. Are you actually buried in the woods? Would they have buried you in the woods? Because there's a fence here, so we can't move into the woods.
Grand California.
On the right side of us is, actually on both sides of us is ravines. And one, I think, is a dry bed that gets filled up like a dry creek bed. Not quite sure. The other side might be as well, but they get pretty rainy. But, you know, the fence is kind of tore down here in certain sections. Jack, are you north or are you south of us in the woods?
I don't think
I keep hearing, I heard twice, try it. Try it. Well, I'm not going to try going, what's that?
Can I get up and walk around?
Yeah. I'm not going to try to get up and go to the woods. Leanne's going to get up and she's going to walk around a little bit. Jack, can you see Leanne? Move that way, he said. So Leanne's moving that way, Jack. All right, Jack, if she gets close, then you can just yell stop.
Charles.
Charles? Okay, so we thought it was Charles, maybe Jack. So Leanne has found a headstone with Charles on it. Charles, can you tell me what year you died or what your last name is? I heard something about May again, so it's the second time May come up.
I can't see it.
Is there anything on that one, Lee?
There is, but I can't read it because it's so old.
Okay, so I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pause the video and then I'm going to come back because I'm going to help Lee out. And then I'm going to come back and see if we can't find something without moving the camera. Alrighty, so we are back and went over there and looked at Charles Dingman's headstone. Charles is just a baby, 2 months old, so I'm not quite sure if that was Charles that was talking to us. So is that Charles Dingman, the baby that was talking to us, the spirit of Charles Dingman? So I heard Jep right after that. Charles, would you like to tell us about yourself? There's nothing, I don't know anything about you.
So that's
Paper? Okay, well, what I heard didn't sound logical, but I heard shot, and then I heard baby. So, what else can you tell us, Charles? You been here? I don't even know when you passed away, but it looks like headstone had to be mid to late 1800s. Okay, I heard you tell me in the beginning. I didn't hear much of anything else. I don't know. I don't know when you were here. What about your parents? There's some other stones around there, some other Dingmans there, but the stones are unreadable. All right, not hearing much of anything else, so let's try this here. I'd like to try to get in touch with little 7-year-old Barbara Ann Baker. As I said in the beginning, she ran across the big highway out here in front of us. It's a 5-lane highway. What it would have been like in 1931 probably was a 2-lane highway. It's probably a highway. 31 that had cars coming up and down it. Probably was still US 24. So Barbara, are you here with us today? All right, we heard help me. Not quite sure who that would be that needed help. Go here. All right, I did hear help me. Who was out there saying help me? I am. I heard I am. Can you give us a name?
Well,
All right, well, I'm trying to hear from Barbara. Sorry about that, Barbara Baker. Barbara Baker, if you're here with us today, can you come forth and talk to us? All right, so I heard the word road. So, Barbara, you ran across Telegraph Road. Your father was on the other side of it. You seen your dad, and you went running to him. Do you remember that?
but I
All right, so it sounded like I heard, I think I can, and it sounded like ran into a car or a car ran into you, and that's what happened. Do you recall that the driver sped off? So here you are here buried in this cemetery. Now your parents are buried in California. What do you think about that?
know.
Such is life, and I heard what I do believe to be my sister pop in there say ran. And if that's my sister Debbie, you better hang tight. I'll be there as soon as it gets warm. But we're going to hold off until the weather gets a little bit warm before I come up and do the cemetery she's in. So, Barbara, you said that's life. Are you with your parents now? So I heard, I wish I could, and then I heard this is Mike. Mike, are you in there, and did you get your daily dose of chicken today? Perhaps. All right, Mike, we'll be with you. We'll be with you in a little bit, maybe. Barbara, why can't you be with your parents? Why is it you can't be with your parents? Is it the distance?
I heard home.
Home? All right, I didn't hear home, but Leanne says she heard home. So, of course, we'll always go through and pick that out if it was in there. Talking like this gives us a little clue on where to look for stuff. So when you said home, Barbara, what did you mean by home? Something about gotta go home. So are you saying, Barbara, you need help? Do you need help, Barbara? I do. I do. I heard I do, and then I heard I did. So I did hear Mary Ann in there a little bit ago, and I heard Michael. So I will reach out to them right now. Michael and Mary Ann, little Barbara Baker, 7 years old, passed away in 1931, right here in this area. She needs help. Her parents are buried all the way out in California, which is around, I don't know, 2,000 miles from here. They're buried in Pacific Palisades, I believe, is where I seen it at. Michael, you think you can give her a hand to get home?
A good one. I feel
Now,
moving.
it was just gonna.
Okay, I heard yes towards the end there. Didn't hear much of anything else. So, Barbara, I hope that helps you a little bit. We'll be back here another time. And you can come out and talk to us. And then if you haven't got back home, you can let us know, and then maybe Michael or Mary Ann can, or Rosemary can help you get home.
It's fine.
I heard that's fine, and I heard something else, you got it. So I'm going to assume that Michael and Mary Ann will help her. So the other spirit that we want to try to get a hold of today is the one who lived behind Kmart. So when I was here the last time, now I'm in a different part of the cemetery. I was in the front part of the cemetery before. I'm more or less towards the back. Y'all was mean to me here. And started out really nice, but you got kind of mean towards the end. Somebody called me a quitter, but somebody said they lived behind Kmart's. Who is that? I heard Ethel. Ethel, you lived behind Kmart's. Now there's some apartments over there behind Kmart's, or where Kmart's used to be. It's no longer Kmart's. So did you live in the apartments, or did you live in the houses back beyond the apartments? Behind them. I heard behind them. So you lived behind the apartments. And then I heard I lived there. Alrighty, now did you work at Kmart's as well? I think I asked that before when I was here, and I wasn't quite sure if we got an answer. Did you work at Kmart's?
What again?
Adrian. So was that the city Adrian or the name Adrian? Did you work in Adrian maybe? Adrian's not too far from Monroe, about 30 miles or so. Did you work in Adrian? Worked at night. So you worked at night in Adrian. All right, somebody asked where you're at. So we're sitting right north side, be the northeast side of the cemetery. There you go, being mean to me again. Somebody called me a prick. So why do you guys got to be mean to me in here? Why are you guys got to badmouth me? Because I deserve it. So you're bad-mouthing me because I deserve it. Okay. So got a question for you guys here. And Ethel, if you're there, you can chime in. And Charles, you can chime in. Is it necessary for your loved ones who come to visit you? Is it necessary for them to come here? And is it necessary for them to decorate your grave? Put flowers on it. You know, some people put religious objects on it. Some people put coins on it. Some people put flowers on it. Some people put Christmas trees on it. Is it necessary for them to come here and put decorations on it? And don't just tell me yes or no. Tell me why it's important to you, if it's important. They should? I heard they should, and I heard bummed in there. Maybe a spirit was bummed because no one's done it to their grave. So were you bummed because no one puts it on your grave? I heard somebody say they watch. They watch them do it. But if you don't get decorations on your grave, do you get depressed? Do you get sad? Alrighty. Well, we're getting a little bit long here, so I guess what we'll do, we'll let the spirit box run for about a minute. We'll do this. Does any spirits here have anything else they'd like to say to us? And I'll let it go for just a minute or so, and we'll listen for what you have to say. And hopefully, you got something that we can answer. Crumbs. So I heard the word crumbs in there, because that's one of my nicknames, Crumbs. Okay, with that, we'll hold it off here. Want to thank all the spirits for coming out and talking to us, and as always we say, we'll go through it and we'll listen to what the spirits have to say, because you're not here to listen to what I have to say. You're here to listen to what the spirits have to say, and a lot of times they don't say it directly to us. They're talking to each other, and they may even be talking directly to you. So with that, we'll cut her short for today, and we'll see you on the next one.